Hello, and welcome back to my channel. It's been quite a while since I last made a video, and there's a very good reason for that. You see, I used to make a lot of videos, but then I came up against a wall. You see the mic I'm holding right here? This is a Zoom H1 mic, and it didn't connect to the camera I had because, you know, most camcorders are made for the lowest common denominator, and thus they don't have mic inputs or any fancy-dancy features like that. And now I finally got a mic, and well, I've got my mic already, but I got a good camera that can handle the mic and actually sync up the audio while it's recording, and so I don't have to do any editing to get the sound I want. Anyway, welcome back, and a lot has happened since I've made my last video. I almost became a felon with 2 felony counts, and yeah, that's still ongoing. I went to jail for 2 weeks, not prison, jail for 2 weeks, yeah, jail. And the experience so far has taught me that the Constitution of the United States, it doesn't mean anything. Not to the judges, not to the defense attorney, and certainly not to cops. They may respect it, they may understand it, but as for actually obeying it, they fall woefully short. You see, here's the thing. I'll start off with jail. Jail is designed to psychologically torture you. And not only does it do that with exceptional ease, it also is responsible for the more people that stay in jail because they fuck up while they're in. Because here's one of my biggest beefs with it. They have white fluorescent lighting. Now, how many of you out there can sleep easily with a white fluorescent light lighting up your room? Something that isn't easily avoided, and the only way to get rid of it is to cover yourself up with a blanket over your face or fold up a sheet and put it over your eyes. Now, many people are like, well, what does that matter? You see, there's this thing called a circadian rhythm. It's where the human body says, this is daytime, this is nighttime, this is sleep time, this is awake time. Well, without the proper lighting, your body doesn't get that rhythm, and thus you cannot fall asleep like you should, and you become sleep deprived. And if you know anybody who has ever been sleep deprived, you know firsthand how grouchy somebody who's not had enough sleep can be. So you take people that may be violent or maybe non-violent and put them in a place where they don't get enough sleep. Of course there's going to be problems. Then there's the food. It's filled with crap. Like, I can't even stress how bad it is. This food that they serve at the jail, it's repulsive. I mean, you get the runs if you eat it, and if you don't, you starve. That's just a few of the problems. And back to the felonies, let me start by saying I did not hurt anybody. No, not a single soul didn't. In fact, what I did, I helped somebody get their stolen property back. No, that's a good thing, right? You help somebody get their stolen property back, that's got to be a good thing. I mean, you shouldn't necessarily be rewarded, but you shouldn't be punished either, right? Wrong. Well, here's what happened. Somebody came to my house claiming to be this honorable service veteran who was recently honorably discharged from the military, and he had in his possession a weapon, a piece of property that he wanted to trade. And yeah, it went from there and all down there. I don't know if I'm allowed to speak of all the gory details, but basically it was stolen. He didn't tell me, nobody told me, and I actually asked, I was like, this is your weapon, it belongs to you, right? Oh, yeah, and the friend that I knew was vouching for him up and down, oh yeah, he's a good kid. Well, I didn't know that, and I was bamboozled. I became a scapegoat, and the state is punishing me for it. Now, here's the funny thing. If the state read their constitution, they'd have no right to punish me because they're not doing it on behalf of an injured victim. They're doing it because I broke a rule. Well, maybe 1 or 2 rules. One rule, which is receiving stolen property, that is the most BS charge you can get. So if somebody gives you a diamond ring and says, here, this is a gift, and this is a person you don't know very well, and the next thing you know, it turns out that ring's stolen, and you cooperate and give the ring to the police, guess what? You're receiving stolen property, and chances are if it's over like $1,000, I think it's a felony. But it could happen with anything. You could have somebody give you a weapon, a knife that was stolen, and suddenly you're a felon. I mean, you carry a buck knife in your pocket that you forgot to take out after you went hunting, and you get caught with it, that's a felony. Carrying a concealed weapon. In Pennsylvania, you're not even allowed to carry a gun in your car unless you have a concealed carry permit. Really? And it gets worse than that. Not only do they do that crap, but they don't, like, if you read the Constitution of Pennsylvania, it says your Second Amendment shall not be questioned. Not infringed, questioned. They questioned, and now I'm being punished because they questioned my Second Amendment. Now, and if you have any idea what the Constitution means, you got to define every single freaking word. You literally have to know everything about the words. The words define what it is. Like the Second Amendment, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, and the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. The people, what people? Us. Bear arms to carry on or about one's person, concealed or otherwise, or to hold in one's hands. And arms, as defined by Black's Law Dictionary 5th edition, is anything that you pick up and use as a weapon in your own self-defense. I can use this microphone, whack somebody over the head with it. So this is a weapon. This camera's a weapon. The tripod's a weapon. This barrel over here, if I can lift it, that's a weapon. A machete, a sword, a knife, a handgun, a Tech-9, fully automatic. Doesn't matter. I'll even go so far as to say bazookas. You know why? Because nobody, foreign or domestic, would rise up against a citizenry that's armed to the teeth with such arsenal. I mean, if you're a foreign dictator and you're like, I want to invade America, but boss, they got missile launchers, machine guns, and tanks, and that's not even what the military has. On second thought, let's invade Canada. You know, that's what it would be. And if you watch any alien sci-fi movies, wouldn't it be awesome if people had that type of armament when aliens invaded? That movie would be so short, the aliens would land and be like, we're taking over, and people would be like, oh, hell, you're not. You know? So there are so many good reasons to have more weapons in the hand of good people. And good people isn't defined by the Constitution. It's just a person that hasn't hurt anybody. So whether or not you like what they're saying, whether or not they have an ideology that's creepy or offensive, whatever, hell, it doesn't matter what they believe, what religion they're part of, as long as they are not going out and stealing, damaging, or hurting people, they have a right to have whatever they want. In fact, if you go to jail for whatever crime you commit and they take your gun when you go into jail, you should get it back when you get out of jail. Because that's the whole point. You can't lose a Second Amendment or any of the constitutional rights, because the Constitution doesn't actually say, government, this is the rights you give the people. It says, government, these are the rights your people have, and you have to obey them. That's exactly what the Constitution does, because the Constitution was designed to show you what rights you have. And it was designed as a framework to show government what you can't do. You can't take away the right to own property. You can't tax somebody for property. You can't have a background check to own property, because that makes it a privilege. If you have to pay an extra penny to own something above the purchase price, that becomes a privilege for the rich. So you can't tax things like they do nowadays. You cannot tell somebody you need to go and get a background check to own a firearm, because a criminal on the street just goes to a guy named Fred in a back alley and buys whatever he wants out of the back of his van. So why is that fair when I have to go through a background check and get my firearm registered with the state and maybe get a permit just to carry it in my own car, when a criminal does all that without any of that? That seems a little unfair, don't you think? Oh wait, that's the state's job. There are two types of crooks in this great United States. One is the dude on the street wearing the bandana, got the 9mm stuck in his pants. That's one type, but they're not the most dangerous. In fact, they are much less dangerous than the worst type of criminal. The worst type of criminal, oh boy, they are bad. And the worst part is, you think of them as good because they wear a suit and a tie and smile and say, I care about you. Vote for me this election, and I will ensure your safety and happiness. Yeah, I'm talking about politicians, the lawyers, anybody with major power, CEOs of corporations, it doesn't matter what. Everybody's violating your rights. If you get a drug test for a job, you can sue them. They violated your rights. If you have to get a drug test to get a parking permit at your high school, you can sue them. They violated your rights, specifically your Fourth Amendment. You shall be secure in your persons, papers, houses, and effects from unreasonable searches and seizures unless a warrant has been issued. Furthermore, the drug war, the Drug Act, unconstitutional, completely. Throw it out the window. I'm sorry, but it doesn't matter what drug you do in the privacy of your own home. It's your property. If you want to inhale it, go right ahead. It's none of my damn business, and it's none of anybody else's business either. We have gotten so far away from the Constitution that we don't even know which way is up anymore. I'm rambling. I am really rambling, because the state of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania has pissed me off. The federal government has pissed me off. I'm not going out and hurting anybody because of it, but I'm going to make this video and tell you about it so you know just how screwed up everything's gotten. I just wish that everybody had the knowledge I possess, because if everybody did, this country would be fixed within 3 months. give or take. Yeah, 3 months. But I think 3 months would be more than enough time to fix this country back to the way it's supposed to be. And it would be a very bumpy ride because they have taken us so far away from what we were. I mean, we used to have gold and silver backed currency. You give the bank $20, they give you $20 in gold or silver. Now you give the bank $20, they can give you 5 ones and quarters and pennies, whatever, but they can't give you anything tangible, anything valuable. If you look at your little dollar bill, it says right there, this is a Federal Reserve note, and then it says this is good for all debts, public and private. So where's the value come from? What does this equal? Oh, it equals $1. Well, in that case, it's a unit of measurement, isn't it? Like a gallon or a liter. In other words, if you are told you have to pay a fine of $2,000 to the court, well, ask for a legal determination on the amount of $1. And the judge, well, it's $2,000. No, Your Honor, a gallon is a gallon. $1 is $1. They're units of measurement. What do they equal? 2,000 what? These dollars don't have value. They're just a note from the Federal Reserve, a private bank, which, by the way, has no constitutional authority to print our money under the Constitution because it's supposed to be coined by Congress or by the Treasury. But no, they don't care. And if you get them and nail them down, the one judge actually was like, I don't give a crap. It could be coffee beans. You know what happened? The guy paid the judge 2,000 coffee beans. Check out, well, maybe not 2,000, but it's a true story. Look below or go to my channel, wherever it is. I don't even know. I'll put a link to it. You can go over to Constitution 101. It's like 6 hours of video, so be prepared to sit for a while. But Carl Miller will tell you everything you could possibly know about the Constitution. He will help you get the framework, the tools you need to define exactly what the Constitution means. That way, you have a firm grasp of what your constitutional rights are. It'll help you out, trust me. I mean, I'm really happy that I watched those videos, and it'll bug the hell out of you once you realize what he's telling you is the truth. It's kind of scary. Well, it's been wonderful, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have a great day, better than mine, my past few weeks have been, and God bless, and well, just have a great day. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I really put a lot of effort. I mean, I went out and buy an expensive microphone and a good camera just so I can bring you better quality video and audio. So return the favor. If you don't like my channel specifically and don't want to subscribe to it, that's fine. But think about who might like it, and like friends, family, anything like that, send them a link. I'm looking to expand, not because I want like 10 million subscribers, but I just want people to realize that they can do something. You can go out and you could protest. You can grab a megaphone, and if you exercise your constitutional rights in small battles, you will win. I guarantee it, because I've seen it happen. I myself have bullhorned a police station at 8:30 at night, and that's also on my channel under Mary Jane Bullhorn, and bullhorn the police station at 8:30 at night. Now imagine this. Most people would be like, no, the cops would pull you out of the car, tase you, and arrest you for disturbing the peace. Not me. The only thing that happened, cop was like, keep it down. I was like, this is under the sound ordinance, and it's covered by the First Amendment, or I didn't say the First Amendment, but anyway, it's under the sound ordinance. And we go, okay, and drove off. Thank you for being so cordial and polite. They tried to get me because they ran my plate, and they buzzed around me like a bunch of vultures for half an hour. But hey, they're curious, and I'm glad they were around because hopefully they heard of some of what I was saying. Well, again, I'm rambling. Have a good night, and goodbye, America.